Live. Glad you could join us here tonight. Hope you enjoyed that NASCAR Heat Supermodified Sim race at New River Valley. An 11-minute race won by Steve Callahan. He's now a 5-time winner at New River Valley Speedway. Comes home in front of his teammate by over 2.5 seconds. Struggled with some lap traffic at the end of the race, was able to work his way through that. What a run for Steady Steve. And you look back through the records, Steve's first win at New River Valley came here in 2009 for the Veterans Day Special. And then he went a little bit before he got his second win. But when it happened, he won 3 in a row, 2012, 2013, and 2014. And now, after a 3-year hiatus of running here at New River Valley, Steve Callahan is your Old Dominion 50 winner here on October 16th. Steve, congratulations. You got the pole after winning the dash. I know how important that was to you. But for a while, you had Rob Warren right there. How concerned were you as you clicked off the laps with that 35 behind you?
Yeah, thanks, Bobby. I just tried to get into the zone and just look out the front, not worrying about what I was hearing behind me. Like I said earlier, this track is real rhythm, momentum track, and just able to get into a good rhythm and slowly but surely pulled away. I guess Rob had some problems. I guess he dropped at some point. But, yeah, like I said, I just focused real hard. And before I knew it, I had a couple-second lead. Lap traffic, I want to thank them, for the most part. Everything was really good with that. It's a real smooth race there up until the end. Got jumbled up a little bit, but I was lucky I had a good enough lead. But yeah, winning that dash, that was the biggest thing. To be able to start on the pole, that was key. Because clean air out front, everything, you can kind of set your own pace, and that was the difference tonight. And
Steve, when you look at everything that happened out there, not being able to make a couple of shows, how important was it to get those points?
Yeah, real important. Like I said last week, I can't make all the races, but just trying to get a good solid top 5 in the points, and just most of all, just have fun this year. Watch you guys duke it out all year long. It's cool. My teammate was able to finish behind me tonight. Keep him up in the points, and great run by you too, Bob. Finish at third. So, but I just want to thank first to finish servers and Rob, running this old game. But I tell you, ran smooth on our end here, and it was real fun. And thank you, Kevin, Breeze Graphics. I'm sure the broadcast is going to look awesome. And our old buddy Tom Hevern. Thinking about him and want to wish him a speedy recovery.
Steve, once again, congratulations. A big win for you here tonight, man. 5 wins. That's pretty dominant, man. Congratulations. Great run for you in the CPR Motorsports Excite Battery 55.
Thanks, Flavie.
Well, Steve talked a little bit about his teammate, Keith Put One on You, Powell. And Keith has been doing pretty good here early in the season with 1 win. And right now, CPR Motorsports has a lock on the win column. Steve now with back-to-back wins, winning last week at Red Ball Raceway in Kentucky and an R-Factor race. And now this week in the first race of the season, won by this guy right here out of Carrollton, Ohio, driving the Mayfield Missile, license on top, number 41. Keith Put One on You, pal. Keith, there for a little while, you had a pretty good battle going with the 25. You got into some lap traffic. You got through it better than the 25, and then you were right on the rear Nerf bar of the 35. Could you see exactly what happened, and did you have anything to get around Rob Warren if he hadn't had his issues?
Thanks, Bobby. I don't know. I was working them a little bit on the outside, and I could actually stay with them a little bit. I don't know if I could completed the pass, but I was kind of working them on the outside and trying to either making him stay pinched coming off or try to cross him over one of the two. So me and him was it was setting up to be a pretty good battle between me and Rob before he had his issues. But that stinks that happened to him. Um, yeah, I knew you was right on my tail there in the beginning, and we come up on lap traffic. And I took just such a shallow entry into the corner. I had to really check up, tap the brakes a little bit, and I think that might have jumbled you up and the guys behind me. But once we got clear of that, then I had a little bit of room, like I said, to try to start working on Rob there. I had a little bit of buffer behind me, but hey man, what a race! Which Steve won the dash, got started on the pole. I kind of thought, oh, he's going to be gone. He's going to check out, and he did. So he's just so good at this place. I just love it for my teammate, and I love it the CPR was able to get a 1-2 finish here. So, yeah, everything's going pretty good for CPR Motorsports so far this year.
Well, Keith, big show coming up next week. 3 nights, 5 different tracks, 2 different sim racing platforms. North Carolina swing. Your teammates won it. Rob Warren's defending champion of that race. How geared up are you? How ready are you to run these next 2 races that are NASCAR Heat? Getting your NASCAR Heat wings going here, doing pretty good with a win and second place. Are you ready for that show?
Yeah, I think so. We had pretty good cars last year in it, and it'll just just have to run some laps and knock the rust off. But I'm pretty excited for that coming up. It's a long, grueling week, but it's fun. I have so much fun when we do these swings. So yeah, we're looking forward to that one definitely. And I want to give a shout out to Supers, to Rob and the server. Like I said, it stakes that he had his issues tonight. Breeze graphics and the video work that Kevin does is totally awesome. And CPR wants to just just to let the Hevrons know we're thinking of them, and they did so much for Supers over the years, especially in the beginning of this organization. So our thoughts and prayers all go out to them. As they're dealing with what they got to deal with. But had a blast tonight. Hope everybody else did, and we'll just see what happens next week.
Keith, put one on your pile. Your second place finisher here tonight, doing a great job out there in the Mayfield Missile CPR Motorsports machine. Well, we're going to hop back to the guy that finished 4th tonight because I think he's probably tickled pink that he was able to come home with a top 5. Had a very good run in the Dowker Titanium Roadster. Carl Bonsai Becker out of Lansing, Michigan with a 4th place tonight. Carl, does this feel like a win to you here tonight at New River Valley?
Well, it really does, because this race program was all screwed up, and one of the news guys from the other organization spent about an hour and a half, Jeff, and last Sunday night or whatever, and Thursday night, whatever night it was, and he got it all straightened out for me. And I could have told you who was going to win this race before we started. Yeah, I figured all in all, I ran pretty well. I ran somewhere between some low ones and up into some 3s, and it was pretty comfortable. The top 4 guys kind of disappeared in front of me, but I kind of held my own and didn't get lapped darn near the end. Yeah, it's a win for me, because I haven't had very many top 5 finishes in the past couple of years, so I'm enjoying it.
Carl, looking out there, what was the toughest part of the race for you in that 50 lapper? It went by pretty quick at 11 minutes, but It almost seems like it's slow. There's a lot of traffic, a lot of tricky parts of this track to keep momentum. What was it? What was the toughest part of the race for you in that number 42?
Well, quite frankly, when everyone kind of got spread out, it was trying to make sure you could be up in behind them coming up off the turns, because the guys were really good about trying to stay up, and they stayed out of your way, and all you had to do was make sure you was at the right pace, that you didn't run in on top of them before you came up out of the turns, and you could go down the front or back straightaways. And everybody run a great race, as far as not zigzagging back and forth across the racetrack and banging into people, and it was a lot of fun.
Carl Bonsai Becker, your fourth place finisher here tonight at New River Valley in the Old Dominion 50. A good run for the guy from Lansing, Michigan. We're going to wrap things up, but before we do, we want to remind everybody that coming up next week on the Supers Race servers, starting on Tuesday night, 2 races in one night and 3 nights total of racing. Our first 2 races are at the North Carolina Swing. First one happening at the Sarah Speedway, and the second one of the night coming at Caraway Speedway. Those are the first 2 races of 5, and those are NASCAR heat races. And part of the Supers NASCAR Heat Finder Super Modified Challenge, open to the public as long as you have registered to race and have the Supers mod for NASCAR Heat. You could run that. And then on Wednesday, we run night number 2, 2 more tracks, 2 more races. First one is at Southern National Speedway. That'll be a 50-lapper. And then Concord Motorsports Park, another 50-lapper. And then coming up on Thursday, every driver that is in the top 8 in points after the first 4 races get invited to the Hickory Hustle, the 15th annual Hickory Hustle, to determine the overall North Carolina Swing champion. Rob Warren, your defending North Carolina Swing champion. And only one driver has ever gone back-to-back, and that's Miles Maxon. So there's some history that could be made this year. If Rob Warren can make it into the Hickory Hustle and then win the Hickory Hustle, he could join Miles Maxon as a back-to-back winner. So make sure you go to supers.net, get more information about that race coming up this week or next week, and also information about real Super Modified racing. Learn more about Super Modifieds at supers.net. Click the About tab in Super Modified 101. You'll learn why these are the ultimate short track race cars that have no equal in all of motorsports, unique to the car. No two are the same. And we do our best to emulate that here at Supers. Don't forget to stop by as well and check out the schedule. And if you liked what you saw tonight on Twitch and Supers live page, make sure you stop by and learn how you can race your own Super Modified online. So again, before we close out, want to say get well, Tom Hevron. We're thinking about you. Hope that you heal up quickly and listen to the doctors. That's for sure. Also, thanks to First to Finish Race Service for providing all of our in-house race and TeamSpeak service. Thanks to Breeze Graphics for all the video work as well as graphics on the website. And thanks to the Mod Squad and HeatFinder.net for all of their help with the NASCAR Heat gaming platform. We will be back next Tuesday with the North Carolina Swing, night number 1. Until then, congratulations to our winner here tonight at New River Valley Speedway in Radford, Virginia, Steady Steve Callahan out of Cuyahoga Falls. Second place goes to his teammate, Keith Powell. We'll see you next week for the North Carolina Swing. Until then, keep it wing side up and wheels to the ground.
Someone you love, and if you're going through it, I say do it with someone you love. I've been around a long time, in and out of love, but if you're gonna do it, I say do it with someone you love.